There's nothing quite like taking all your Christmas decor down in January, looking around and realizing, man, everything looks so bare. But I personally love to quiet my home this time of year, really scale back, focus on organizing and cleaning, and then slowly adding decor back in. So that's what we're doing today. I'm starting here in my entry space. I added these beautiful traditional plaid ottomans to my entry table. I think they add such a pretty contrast, and it'll be great additional seating in our great room. And then I truly believe that every single space needs some life through either faux stems like these beautiful ones from Target or real plants. Either way you go, you can't go wrong. Just bringing some of that life back in, it really cheers up your home during these dreaded winter months. I love decor and I love to decorate, but truly, as I get older, I really strive for simplicity, and I want my home to be thoughtful and put together, but minimal in nature. And just by bringing in a little bit of life and a little bit of pattern, we're able to create such a difference in this entry space. It feels warm and welcoming without being overly cluttered or overly decorated, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. Before we go any further, I kindly wanted to thank Beam for sponsoring today's video. Dream is a delicious hot cocoa drink mix that has so many natural sleep supportive ingredients that are going to help you not only fall asleep faster, but stay asleep and wake up feeling amazing. One resolution I've set for myself in the new year is to go to sleep earlier. There are so many added benefits to your life when you get more sleep. Your mood is improved, your stress levels are decreased, your immune system is boosted, and all that brain fog seems to lift, and so much more. I mean, studies show we need more sleep, and that's why I always drink my Beam before bed. And I love it. I like the cinnamon cocoa flavor. That's my personal favorite. I typically drink it with some warm milk or some protein milk, and it's delicious. I love that it's dairy-free, gluten-free, sugar-free, and there's only 15 calories per scoop, so it's basically guilt-free. I was someone that struggled to fall asleep and then stay asleep for a long time. I would wake up at 3 or 4 in the morning and I couldn't go back to sleep, and then I'd be up for the day and I was exhausted. And that's when I turned to Dream by Beam, and I haven't looked back. It's so good, you guys. I recommend this to all my family and all my friends, and I have everyone in my life hooked. So set yourself up to be the healthiest version of you in 2025 with 40% off site-wide. You can use the link down in my description below or scan the QR code on screen and use code FRITZ in all caps at checkout. So be sure to check this out. It's only available for a limited time. And thanks again, Beam, for sponsoring today's video. I decided to leave these clips in, but we're going to go on a bit of a journey with our family room today. I'm going to change things up a couple times, and I just wanted to keep it real because that is truly real life when I'm decorating a space. Sometimes I'll decorate it, sit on it for a day or two, and then change it again. I'm always playing around with things, so I just wanted to share that. Here I had just recently washed all my pillow covers, which is such a good feeling. I've been using these kind of slate blue pillow covers from Walmart since August. I kept them up for fall and Christmas and now in the new year, and not changing out my pillows every season has actually been so refreshing. I love the neutrality of the calming blues and greens. It really does work year round. And so some of these pillow covers, like these plaid ones here, are from Amazon. I think my knit ones are from Amazon as well. I love a good knit texture in the winter months. It's just so cozy. Of course, Maggie is just keeping herself comfy too. Gotta love her though. And yeah, I've truly loved not changing my pillows every 2 months and just leaving them up. It's been really nice. And speaking of those organic colors, I, again, like to bring in lots of greens, nothing too floral this time of year. I wait till the spring to bring out most of the flowers. I'll bring in a few, but nothing crazy. But I love birds. I love nature, and so that pretty bird cloche I actually picked up from an Amish store. It was 75% off. I got it for $15. I thought it was so beautiful with some greens in it from Hobby Lobby. But here are some of the changes I'm going to start making. So I decided to take down the magnolia wreath. It felt too fallish to me. The color wasn't right. And instead I hung a woven basket, and I stuck some of these ficus stems in the basket. These are from Amazon. They're some of my favorites. And then I realized the basket and the floral arrangement I had put on the secretary were starting to compete with one another. So I thought, let's get rid of the flowers. Let's add just that simple plant. Well, you'll see here in a moment as I'm adding more ficus stems to the room to kind of carry it through, I realized again it was just too much. There was too much going on. Your eyes didn't know where to look. And so instead I took that small topiary that I had on the accent table and moved it to the secretary. And that really balanced things out. And then I just placed a candle in a hurricane on the accent table, and that seemed to help a lot. And this is how my cozy family room turned out. I love the way that the sunshine pours into this room. Even on a day that's a little bit gloomy, the sun was coming in and out, but I love the warmth of this space so much, and apparently the animals do too. I always have those LED tapered candles going. They're my favorite. I'll link them down below. But again, sometimes less is more. When you feel like your space isn't working, take a few things away and really scale it back. And now that I didn't use those flowers, which these flowers are from Hearth and Hand at Target, since I didn't use them in the family room, I put them in this pretty copper vase in my office. I love the way the copper contrasts with the green walls in here. Just really simple. I don't over decorate this space because I usually work in here, but I like how it turned out. I think if you want sort of a country, traditional, cozy kitchen feel, it's all about the materials you use. I have a warm white kitchen, and for me, I'm always drawn to woods via cutting boards or kitchen utensils. I love to add pops of life and color, either with this faux topiary or fresh basil, or I still have my Christmas paper whites hanging on by a thread, you can see. But just adding lots of texture and variance really gives that curated feel. I love to add copper. You can see through my teapot. I added a pop of blue with these little vintage plates on my hood vent. And even though it's not all matchy-matchy, it feels very organic and there's lots of texture. And then the final piece of advice I have for you in the kitchen is don't be afraid to create vignettes with trays, multiple trays even. And especially if you have an island or peninsula, you can really reduce clutter by just adding a few small things, and it feels very cohesive and put together. But this is a look at my cozy, warm white kitchen for the winter. I think I really love this everyday look. I could see it looking like this year round, and I just think it's really beautiful. I love how it came together. Across from our kitchen is our hearth and dining area, and I've had this chair for years. It's from Kirkland's, and I decided to add it to this side of the hearth room. I love the shape and the size of it. And then I also added some simple faux paper whites. I got these online. I'll link them down below. I just stuck them in a terracotta pot with some Spanish moss, and they're great for the winter and the early spring, and I just love them alongside my antique cutting boards in this space. I think the simplicity really showcases the stone well, because ultimately I want that stone to be the focal point. And we have had so many fires already this season. It's just been such a dream come true. It's so cozy in here. We had a fire going during Christmas dinner, and I just loved every minute of it. But one of the final pieces of decor I'm going to add is to my hutch. And I bought more of these flowers from Hearth and Hand at Target. I bought a bunch of them up, and I thought they'd be pretty in this vintage basket on top of my hutch, just for some interest, some color on this side. I kept my hutch so simple with just my white ironstone, so I felt like it needed a little life and just kind of a statement piece, and I like how that turned out. And then the final thing I'm doing here on the dining table is taking an ironstone pitcher, and then I'm just adding these kind of whimsical stems. Gosh, I think I got them from Hobby Lobby a few years ago, maybe 3 or 4 years ago, and I love them this time of year. And this is the final look at this side of the house. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I enjoyed bringing you along with me. It was so much fun, and I'll see you really soon in the next one. Bye, friends.